the environmental freedom fighters.
Robin Hood and Big John, dude. Right.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
Right itself.
But on to PS2, so I'm excited to see how this works out. And all right, good pressure coming out from Knite, but please don't leave the Yoshi alone with the Steves. Keep your Yoshi on a leash. Don't let him fight the Steves alone.
Yeah, we are a Yoshi on a leash jurisdiction here, please. No free Yoshis. Keep them close.
But it's good to see that Light is using the back airs to try and poke through the Steve walls, because we know if they get anything or any chance to start farming, it's going to be a problem. But already I'm starting to be concerned about Knite, especially when they're at the ledge, seeing how DDee has been pretty aggressive at stopping the game plan so far and stopping that ledge pressure. And I just heard the diamond sound effect. Uh-oh.
I just heard it twice. We got it on both deck for both of them. I'll be interested to see if they convert it right now, considering the high percentage. I think that's a good call from DDee. You want to get it on them. He's got a low percent, but in terms, of DJDon, I'm not sure which one is which right now.
I think DDee is lava.
It's hard to say. I think DDee is lava.
Whoa, Steve dies first.
Steve does die first. First blood. But back to even right here. Knite staying alive, and either DJDon or DDee. I'm going to assume it's DDee staying alive here for the side of the Steves.
I think another thing that's slightly jarring about Steve is how heavy Steve is. And I get it, you're carrying like a pickaxe, a shovel, and everything else around. That's going to make you heavier by nature, but it's interesting to look at how this matchup is playing out, especially, minecart.
Yeah, minecart's tough. I mean, I would never advocate for this, but it would be an interesting mechanic if, depending on which material Steve had, he was heavier or lighter.
That would be interesting, like gold makes you lighter.
Yeah. No, gold's pretty dense. It'd make you heavier, but wood would make you lighter, right? Versus like gold or steel.
That's fair enough. Yeah, I can agree with that. Ooh, evening up the score again. Knite is starting to get bullied by the two Steve players, and I wonder how Light is going to at least try and break that problem.
I'm interested as well as, Knite looking to get something going. Can he try to get in here on DJDon? Pressuring shield. And just winning the 1v1 right now.
Yeah, doing a really good job of creating that pressure, but Don is at such a high percentage, and now in the middle of that Steve blender, 131 with a diamond on deck as well. You can see Light is starting to look and fish for that kill, but we can't be too predictable. And whoa, already ripping that stock back.
Yeah. But you have to do that here. You want a 2v2 situation. Can't hesitate at all.
Yeah, no hesitation.
Oh, my Lord. Hits the full down air on the Yoshi. That's got some of the highest percentage of the game for a move if you get all of it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how they're able to play this out. But I like the use of the bomb so far by Knite. It's a safer way to try and at least create some distance between the Steve and yourself. But it is pretty intense to try and break through 130, high 100s for both players, and you're looking at Steves with possible diamond. They are able to farm a ton of resources. It's not easy to break through, and your safety net in the Yoshi is gone.
Yeah, the Yoshi is gone. I think you've got diamonds at least for what looks like DDee, and he's got another diamond. And diamond, it looks like at least on deck for Don. It doesn't matter, though. Going to ride right past him with the minecart, jump out of it, get the back air across the stage KO, and the Steves come in and they take it.
Yeah, they do take it, but now you get to at least stage counterpick, take away the PS2 from them possibly. There's a couple of options I think you can go with. One that's unfortunately banned is you can't take them to Final Destination. It's just not a option right now, especially knowing that that changes how they're able to get their resource loop. I think it might be controversial. Maybe you can look at Smashville.
Yeah,
More
maybe.
wood.
Yeah. I don't know what you're going to look at here. It's going to be a tough situation. I don't hate Smashville. I like that idea. But I'm going to see what they end up deciding to go with. Both of these guys, though, I mean, I think that we're back like we've talked about. This is likely back to a BO3, right, Dux? Because we're not in the winner semis anymore. We're on the loser side. I think the next one might end up getting back to the BO5. So it's very crucial stage pick right here. This could be your entire tournament life based upon it. So deciding to go with a small battlefield.
Yeah, and I guess one quick thing to think about right now is how they're going to start playing this game on a much smaller stage. It's basically on the young Link and the Yoshi to be the aggressors in this matchup, so you have to be able to dictate the pace of this game. And already on a good position so far, putting a ton of pressure onto G. Oh, okay, I figured out the problem. They are able to farm the side of the stage.
That is the problem.
Figured out the problem.
That is the problem. We've identified it. Have you figured out the solution?
No.
Me either. So
maybe it's bringing them up on the strip mining charges.
Yeah.
That's the only
That's probably it. Taking them out in court's going to be the only way we can do it.
But doing a good job of regaining some stage control on the side of Knite and Light, but it feels like you're kind of fighting against a clock right now. It's inevitable when DD will get Diamond or Don will get Diamond. So you have to do a good job of dictating that tempo as early as you can and taking the early stock lead.
Yeah, they are almost getting a double there, and very good percentage. So it's looking a lot better on the smaller stage for them.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised by that, but able to equalize. We just hear the Diamond sound effect. It's on DD in pretty high percentages, so
yeah, I expect he's not going to use it right now, right?
I don't think so. It might be a little bit of a waste, but now that you're at fresh stocks, absolutely, here it comes.
Yeah, here it comes, and this can be the entire, game right here. Get these diamond hits in a couple of times, take a couple of stocks, but instead, clean play from Knite and Light.
Yeah, 63% unanswered from DD, finally losing the stock onto Knite, but pretty low resources in the iron department for DJDon, so not a lot that they can worry about in terms of their minecarts or their anvils. They have to be pretty careful with what they can do. And again, this is a pretty good position for Knite and Light.
It really is. As they look to get back to the stage, the Thieves finally do. Diamond in the pocket for DJDon, but he's gone. So is DD, and this is a complete reversal of fortune, a full two-stock lead for the side of Knite and Light. We might be going to a pivotal game 3 here to decide who's moving on.
Yeah, how often do you see Steve get spiked against their own block? And great play so far from Knite and Light, but even at these high percents, 97 onto DJDon, Knite and Light have completely reshaped this matchup.
They really have, man. They've taken advantage of it very well. The eggs protecting their recovery, but instead it's going to be the animal that does get the stock.
And still a lot of percentage onto Knite. There's 130. All it will take is one good smash attack to connect, and the game can skew in there and back to an even game.
Back to even game, and you got diamonds on the side of at least DJDon right now, as they're going to try to mine off stage just a little bit. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh,
Tough situation, flies back to the stage. They don't really have, I think, the materials that they would like, but they can bring this back maybe. Harry trying to find something with it, but instead it's going to be Knite comboed his teammate on accident.
And such low percents onto Knite and Light right now. That shield is really, really high low on the side of Light, but it doesn't matter when you can clean up that stock. All that remains in the way of Knite and Light from their first win is taking out DD, but that is no small task.
No, it's not. And if he gets the diamond on board, which he does have in his inventory, that could be it. So he's going to have to find a way to get his crafting table up, going to find a way to get it, but instead it's just going to be the forward air that's going to take him out. And now both of these teams on their tournament game here. And I think if you're DD and DJDon, even a little bit more nervous, because as you'll recall, Ducks, I don't believe they actually lost a game. They just accidentally got DQ'd because we couldn't find DD in time for that set versus Peeb earlier. So this might be their only loss, and they might just be done.
Yeah, and that's a painful way to go out, but at this point you have to start thinking about how do you stabilize from where you are, and going to maybe it's by changing the skins to Enderman and Zombie that just unlocks a new power-up.
Maybe, dude. And we'll see. Enderman, though. So that's how I know it's DD. He always brings up that Enderman, I feel like, in a clutch situation.
Yeah, I kind of hoped we saw the Pokemon trainer, but now this is a totally different game from the one we had seen previously.
I'm a little surprised they went back to small battlefield. I would think that they would try to change it up somewhere else.
Maybe, but right now I think they're...
Never mind.
Yeah, as I say, I don't think the stage was the issue based off how they're playing right now.
It sure don't look like it.
DDee and DJDon are just running a clinic right now. High percent onto Light, and it is only a matter of time with right now DDee having the diamond available. Stocks are about to start flying.
Yeah, they really are. DDee Shields looking to continue it onto Knite. Can't quite find it. Ooh, TNT though. Doing quite a bit toward the Yoshi. Light staying alive though. Getting hit by the minecart, and that will do it, as now it's back to Farming Simulator. Can we mine enough resources?
And again, DDee has a ton of iron, has a diamond, has gold available. DDee is in such a commanding position to run away with this game. Only losing one stock on the side of DJDon, but DDee, I think, is starting to position to look to create the diamond, and almost took out Knite in that position.
Oh my lord, he did a really good job of the setup there. Wall into the anvil, baited out the air dodge, and it just made Knite a little bit too low to be able to recover.
And a commanding position on the side of DJDon and DDee. Both of them are just looking to close out Knite and Light pretty early, and I think they're looking to take out Knite right now just because of how the recovery is so exploitable.
Yeah, see if they can get that last stock off of him, make him share stock right here. But instead, it's going to be the Yoshi. It's going to be Light that's gone, and now there's no share stock left. You're down a full 2 stocks. You have to be careful if you're Knite and Light. This could be your whole tournament right here.
Ooh, a good hit on the backswing from the up smash on Knite to close out DJDon, but still a pretty decent hill to climb at the mid% on your last stock. DDee is in a commanding position to just lock out this edge guard. I think this is the worst position for the blue team to be in.
Man, smash into the forward air is going to do it, and now it's Knite who has a very, very hard path to victory here. 2 Steves mining on stage with an extra stock against you. They got 3 stocks to your 1. Gonna be tough. Would be one of the best comebacks I have ever seen in my life if he can pull this off.
What in the world is DDee doing?
Stalling.
Okay, fair enough.
Time him out. No, just kidding. Let's not do that. Let's see if we can get the stock here as Knite does get caught into it, and that is going to be it.
Yeah, and that might... I don't think that's it. I think this is still the best of 5
Is this still be back into
territory.
BO5? I wasn't sure, because we are a little bit further back in the bracket than winner semis was. Technically, the next one would be where they lost into. All right, best of 5, good. We get more of this action.
But do we... I think if you're Knite and Light, you walk away from small battlefield at this point, right?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's the only stage they've won on, but that last time didn't look very good.
Okay, diet small battlefield.
Died small battlefield. That's a great way to go. It's a great way to go. All right, so we still are BO5s, and that is good, because I would like to see some more action here before we get out of here.
I do like the idea of going to Hollow Bastion. It does, you know, create a different farming, well, a different resource loop for the Steve player. But I think what we could look at is just how they're going to have to try and control these 2 players, because immediately they were put into a blender and unable to recover. And playing this aggressive early off as Knite, I don't think that is the path you want to look at.
I mean, they've gotten some good damage onto DDee, but it's right back onto Knite as well.
Yep.
DDee just looking to farm, but he's getting comboed right here. He's got a high percent. This is a man that is usually pretty good about dodging things out, but instead, he can't find his way back to the stage to get some of that materials that he needs.
What a spike from Light there to take the first stock off of DDee and set the tone, but immediately equalized with the down smash.
Yeah, just straight back right at it is. Uh-oh, Egg into the down air, but gets out of it. Does DJDon.
Yeah, and DJDon, I think, could possibly utilize this rage or get killed by the forward air.
Yeah, might just get killed by the forward air here. I haven't heard the diamond sound yet either, so we're roughly halfway, just a little bit under halfway into this game, and no diamonds yet for the sides of the Steves.
Yeah, it has been a very, very chaotic game. There is a ton happening right now. You can finally see the first time that DJDon has been able to really plant their feet and get some resources, but it's been a good job of disruption by both Knite and Light, and Light finally losing their first stock to even up the game. But with the way they have been stuffing out these aerials, I think it is hard to say that Knite and Light aren't in a good position.
I'd agree here. Up B is going to get DDee way toward the side, and he catches his teammate in the minecart, but it doesn't matter because the spike takes a stock that could be deadly. Knite now down to his last stock. Same thing for Light, though. He gets gimped under the block, and a game where it looked like Knite and Light had figured it out. We're going to try to force a game 5. Now all of a sudden, Dunk's there down 2 stocks.
Yeah, and I think this is a pretty dangerous position, especially with Diamond on the board. Looking at this, DDee has to hold on to this resource. You're at high percents right now. Just wait until your last stock, activate that Diamond, and really seal the fate of Knite and Light. But both of them have to play so passive right now, where one bad interaction can lead to the loss of a stock.
Absolutely, here as they do get one back onto DJDon. Is big explosion, no casualties because of it just yet, though.
And good job trying to equalize out. Knite is doing a great job pushing this advantage, trying to keep these 2 players in the blender. But Light is slowly climbing up in percentages, and the weight could help Yoshi, but the trade is in Knight's favor. An even game.
Absolutely. Back to even here is toward the edge of the stage is Light. He's trying to stay alive, but there goes Knite, there goes Light, just about the same time, and DJDon and DDee took it one more game than I thought it would, because I thought it was a BO3 now because I thought they were going to dominate, but they end up taking it 3-1 here to move on.
And a great set for us to end on right here. A good back and forth volley between Knite and Light right there. I think it was a good case to show how to exploit those weaknesses that Steve can have by keeping them off of that farming rotation game, but also a good experience to showcase that tech from the Steve players to say, look, you can just